Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, July 21st. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hey, if you'd like to connect with me, please go to contactlarry.com, type in contactlarry.com in your URL bar, and you can find my social media connections and my email and even text messaging me if you'd like. So go to contactlarry.com to get my contact information. Just a reminder, of course, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Hey, also, if you'd like, you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify, so please go there and subscribe as well. You can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi so far. We got John and Lewis and James saying hi from YouTube. Awesome. All right, by the way, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, your name may not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page, like it, comment there so I can recognize you. By the way, I meant to tell you guys again, I need some help from the loyal listeners and watchers. I really need you guys to share this page. We had some interest from a larger radio station to pick up the show, and they don't feel we have enough viewers or listeners yet. So please share the show and tell all your friends to watch it. Share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Twitter. Tag friends in your comments when you say hello. So even like you guys, just tag comments. You know, so like Mike, who just came on, and Tommy, who just came on, and Charles, who just came on. When you say good morning, tag a friend in the comment, so that way they can know more about the show. Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class tonight. That's Thursday. That is tonight. Today is Thursday. By going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. And today we're going to be talking about how to buy stock options, how to actually buy them. So it's going to be a really good. It's going to be a really good show, a really good event tonight. Whatever, you know what I mean. All right, on today's show we'll be talking the thing. I had to say it, the thing, right? All right, today's show we'll be discussing the recap and the update. We'll be talking about mortgage applications dropping again. We're going to be talking about Biden and cancer. Ooh, and we're going to be talking about unions and store closing. All right, so yesterday was a bit bipolar. The Dow was high as just under 32,000, and then it went about 200 points in the negative. Then it came back to finish up about 48 points, and the S&P even started off low, and then it finished up about 25 points, and the Nasdaq finished up about 185 points. With sort of good news of Netflix only losing 970 million subscribers. I'm sorry, 970,000 subscribers. I find that hysterical that they had the good news was they only lost less than 1 million subscribers. It's really weird. It's kind of good news, I guess, and it also helped raise Apple and Meta as well. Disney was also up about 4 points because of the news of Netflix. So the rally kind of paused yesterday, but after that, after the market closed, we heard from United Airlines, and although they reported a profit for the first time since the pandemic, they made a statement in their report that alluded to the fact that they will be cutting back growth plans through 2023. Also, American Airlines reported this morning, and they were okay. They just weren't as good as they expected. So next year, United also said it plans to expand flying no more than 8% over 2019, down from an earlier forecast of 20% growth. This kind of spooked the market last night and the travel industry. United report comes after a week after Delta reported a jump in second quarter sales and forecasts continued travel demand through the end of the peak summer season. American Airlines, as I said, reported their earnings this morning, and it didn't look that great. Whatever. Carnival Cruise Lines dropped $1 overnight with the news and an announcement that they are selling an additional billion shares of their stock. Yike. This is because of the massive debt that Carnival Cruise Lines has retained during the closing of business for about 18 months. It's a shame what they did to the cruise industry. The scamdemic was just such a joke. Anyway, the stock offering will dilute the stock, making the shares worth less. In my opinion, I'm telling you right now, it's a buying signal. This will definitely drive down the price of the stock. However, it'll definitely recover in the future. If it goes into the 8s range again, it's time to buy more. It appeared that the whole market got a little solemn during all these reports. AT&T also reported earnings, and I'm going to tell you, it's possible that my plan to buy this stock and hold it and sell covered calls was a good plan. It actually still looks good. So if you want to buy something that's safe, buy AT&T, get the dividend, and also sell the covered calls. Tesla was big in the news last night when the company reported earnings. Their revenue increased by 42%, but the margins declined. So some other good news was when Musk talked about new factories creating 1,000 cars a week. 1,000 cars a week, wow. These factories are in Berlin and soon to be open in Texas. So the company offered limited detail about its investments and the sales of cryptocurrency because they invest a lot in cryptocurrency. As of the end of Q2, we have converted approximately 75% of our Bitcoin purchases into fiat currency. That's weird. I was surprised that this statement didn't drive down the price of crypto. I actually would have expected it to. It was pretty steady at the time of the announcement. Bitcoin didn't hardly move. Oh well, anyway, of course, Musk has his Twitter problems, and that will be an issue for both Tesla and the Twitter stock. It's going to be an interesting beginning of the quarter coming. In other Musk news, of course, Mattel Corporation just signed a deal with Elon Musk to produce toys based on the SpaceX vehicles. Mattel, based in California, expects to begin releasing the SpaceX product line in 2023. The partnership was announced ahead of the anniversary of when humans first landed on the moon's surface in 1969. It's not the first time Mattel and Musk have linked up to create toys. In early 2020, Mattel created 2 remote control vehicles based on Tesla's Cybertruck. These will certainly be future collector's items. I wouldn't be surprised if we find them in a Happy Meal in the future. All right, let's check the Dow. Let's see what's going on right now. We'll check the futures. Right now we got the Dow. It looks like the Dow is down about 81 points. The S&P is down about 5, and the NASDAQ is up about 20. Just to say hello to a couple of people real quick. We've got a whole bunch of people joining us. We got Mike and Tommy and Betsy. Betsy's a big fan. Thanks for watching, Betsy. I see you every day. I appreciate that. We got Tom and Rob. Oh, and of course, Tommy is certainly a big fan, too. I don't want to leave anybody out. And my brother, Seth. Thank you, Seth. I always appreciate you watching. I know you're a big fan. All right. It also appears that mortgage applications are continuing to drop again. These signs that the housing industry is seriously slowing are also signs of the next recession. We are seeing mortgage applications declining. As I reported yesterday, we are also seeing new home builders confidence dropping, considerably. Mortgage demand fell more than 6% last week compared to the previous week, hitting the lowest level since 2000, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association's seasonally adjusted index. Economists, and frankly just plain logic, are blaming these problems on the changes in interest rates and also the fear of a recession. The fear of buying a home is rising. Average Americans are simply afraid to buy a home, thinking that the value of the home will decline shortly after they buy it. The interest rates of homes are also scaring buyers. I know, to me it's almost comical that buyers think that 5 and 6% interest rates are high. It's not. These rates are low, and people need to understand that 2, 3, and 4% interest rates were an anomaly and will probably not happen again, at least in my lifetime. If you have a rate under 5, consider yourself lucky. If you're ready to buy a home and you need to understand that a home is a place to live, and interest rates should not be a determining factor. Demand for refinances, which are highly rate sensitive, fell 4% for the week and were 80% lower than the same week last year. Wow. I wonder about those mortgage brokers. They must be starving. Those applications are also a 22-year low. Banks will probably be promoting deals, but they're going to be stuck in the rates that they must charge. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing banks promoting free appraisals if the loan gets approved. Many mortgage loan officers, like real estate agents, are going to be in for a rude awakening when they realize that it isn't the past 2 years anymore. House selling is slowing, but the reality is there is still low inventory. The low inventory is the only thing holding prices together. If we got a sudden flood of homes for sale, because people can't afford them any longer, the market is going to change fast. The increase in Fed interest rates is going to be announced next week, and it will certainly cause a shockwave to the industry. We have also seen the European Central Bank reporting their news and their policy today, which will also affect this market trend. I forgot to mention, by the way, that sales of previously owned homes in June fell 5.5% in May, according to a monthly report from the National Association of Realtors. This was also the slowest sales pace since the same month in 2020, when sales dropped briefly at the start of the COVID pandemic. Outside of that, though, it's the slowest pace since January 2019 and below the annual 2019 total pre-pandemic. So it's starting to get normal. The median price of an existing home sold in June is set another record, which is $416,000, which is an increase of 13.5% year over year. It still amazes me that home prices can rise while inventory is creeping up. Mortgage rates are rising and less buyers are buying. I really believe that the data we are reading is got to be lagging. By the end of the year, it's going to be a very different story. By next spring, we will definitely feel the change, so hunker down in the home you have and hunker down in your investment properties. For those who can ride the next 7 or 8 years, if you can ride it out, you're going to be very happy. Bottom line, yep, housing sales are slowing, but if you want a home, go buy it before you really can. As for investment properties, if the numbers make sense, go buy it. All right, let's take a break here. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. Oh, and I think Betsy wants me to say hi to Dave, who's listening on the radio. Hi, Dave. Thanks for listening on the radio. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you're watching online, please hit the share button. I need you guys to hit that share button. I need you to hit the share button. Please hit the share button so everybody out there can start watching the show and we can get picked up by a really, really big radio station. Instead of WWDB, where if you include Dave, we now have 7 listeners. All right. Anyway, hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. And, of course, you can leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And, of course, I'll try to respond to them. So I got to say something real quick. Tommy keeps trying to bring me into this topic about the Bitcoin and, cryptocurrency and how Biden wants to change cryptocurrency. It's old news. I already spoke about that a while back. If you want to look up some of the old articles, you can do that. But also, I'll tell you, nothing's going to change. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. All right. Let's talk. By the way, so far we've been talking about the recap and the update right now. The Dow is down about 130. The S&P is almost down about 10, and the Nasdaq is still up about 19. Hey, we talked about the fact that mortgage applications are dropping. Coming up, we have Biden and cancer. You guys want to listen to this. We also have unions and store closings, and of course today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you hit that share button? Come on, I need you to hit the share button. Everybody hit the share button right now. Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB, be sure and set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home, and let me know what you think of the show. Hey, by the way, before we start the second half, my book's here. Come on, it's here. It's ready to go. Did you see all the posts? All these people have it. They're all showing themselves holding it. And if you have it, I totally appreciate it. If you could take a picture of yourself with the book and tag me in it, that would be awesome. And also, please, please, please leave me reviews on Amazon. I really appreciate that. And take a look. You'll really like it. It's a great book. All right. I also going to promise you you're going to learn something before you even read the first chapter. That's how good this book is. All right, here we go. Tommy's complaining now on Facebook that his fuel bill went up $500. Well, next time, stop people from ballot stuffing. All right, let's talk about Biden and cancer. Last week, someone commented on Facebook saying that as long as Biden was president, I would always have some material for my show. Of course, I laughed. However, once again, this is proven correct with his latest gaffes. This frickin' idiot. Yeah, I can't even be kind anymore with my normal nicknames for him, like President Braindead or President Poopy Pants or the geriatric patient in charge. No, this frickin' idiot actually referred to the following on television yesterday. He was discussing the harm caused by emissions from oil refineries. In his speech, Biden referenced that his childhood home in Delaware, and he said that he and many other people he grew up with now have cancer. He has cancer? Really? What kind of cancer? I mean, besides the cancer called liberalitis, the cancer ruining this country and destroying the very fabric of this country. But seriously, what kind of cancer does he have? And who are these others he referred to as having cancer from oil refineries? And how does he know that the oil refineries are the direct cause of the cancer of these people? One of his quotes were, "My mother drove us rather than us being able to walk, and guess what? The first frost, you knew what was happening. You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I, and so damn many other people I grew up with, have cancer, and why for the longest time Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation." There's nothing in that sentence that makes any sense. Anyway, Twitter blew up with tweets about this. One tweet was, "Cancer? This is either the biggest bombshell in the presidential history or the biggest gaffe. Oh, don't worry." I'm speaking, by the way, to the author of that tweet, Tom Bevan. "This isn't the biggest gaffe. It'll definitely get worse." Another tweet from an Independent Women's Forum senior fellow, Beverly Halberg, wrote, "Pro tip, don't say you have cancer when you don't." My favorite tweet and sentiments exactly was from a Washington Times columnist who tweeted, "Maybe Joe Biden meant to say that he himself is a cancer to America." So what was the cancer the malignant leader of the country is referring to? It was a non-melanoma skin cancer that was removed. By the way, there is proof that Biden spent many years as a child in the sun at beaches. I bet that other people who spent this kind of time in beaches also had non-malignant cancers removed from their skin. The comparison of Biden's skin tags being removed and him saying their causes from oil refineries remind me of the people who said playing in a playground or hanging the American flag in a public park are the reasons people got COVID 2 years ago. In a quick CYA release, Jackie Hendrick later reported that a White House official confirmed that Biden was referring to his past removal of skin cancer and had only mistakenly used the present tense. Unbelievable. Will somebody please have this cancer removed from the White House? It is spreading, well, like cancer. Speaking of other cancers, let's talk about unions. I'm finding it more and more comical when I read articles about these fast food companies trying to unionize each store separately. My beliefs of unions have been the same since I was a teenager. Unions benefit the union leaders and the lazy employee. That's all they ever have done and all they ever will do. I believe they punish the hardworking employee and put the hardworking employee in the same pool as the weakest link. It's like the way schools tend to teach the lessons to the lowest common denominator in the room. We have heard stories about Starbucks closing stores that have had employee problems caused by unionizing the stores when the employees refuse to do the work they were hired to do because they're now union workers and refuse to stoop that low. Yes, you're a union worker. That means you still have to work. Anyway, in late June, a Chipotle restaurant in Augusta, Maine, became the chain's first outlet to file for a union election, seeking to organize under Chipotle United, which is not affiliated with any larger union. The petition came after the employees, ready for this? After the employees walked out of the restaurant earlier in the month to protest the working conditions and understaffing. Wah, wah. When the employees walked out, Chipotle left the store closed. They simply did not reopen the store because the staff walked out. They had no employees. Now the unemployed workers who, as I said, walked out on their jobs are filing a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board. It's unbelievable when you read things like this. Do they need their binky? Wah. Is it too hard to make a burrito? So I'm going to walk off my job? Oh, no. And when I walk off my job, I want to be paid my full salary and my benefits until you make it easier for me to make a burrito. And I want a raise, too. You better listen to me or I'm going to call my mommy and she will yell at you. Wah. Seriously, are these people for real? The awakening of the American worker is coming soon. They will soon realize their mommy isn't going to save them anymore. All of this talk has got me thinking about forming a union of hardworking people. Entrepreneurs. We could call it the Entrepreneurs Union. In order to qualify for entry into the union, you must be grateful for what you have and stop complaining about the hard work you do throughout your company to make it grow. You must declare you are a winner. And when you're tired and stressed out, you have to put up a giant blow-up champion cup in front of your business and tell the world how great your life and your business is. You have to declare to the world that you are a winner. All right, let's take a break here while you open your windows and scream to the world that you are a winner. All right, we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes, and then we'll have the picks and the plays. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and I've written a book called Money Hacks. The subtitle to this book is because everything you think you know about money is wrong, and I promise you there are things you think about money that are wrong. There are chapters in this book that I think you will find absolutely fascinating, and some of them are, what is money anyway? Can money buy happiness? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that question. The truth about credit scores, how you can actually use credit cards to rebuild your credit. I also have chapters on being your own bank, how to buy houses with an IRA, and how to invest with other people's money. There are so many other chapters. There are 22 total chapters in this book, and I promise you're going to learn how to make more money and pay less taxes when you buy this book. My name is Larry Steinhouse. The name of the book is Money Hacks. You can get this book wherever fine books are sold, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com right now and pre-order it. I hope that you will enjoy it. Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, I want to remind everybody that this show is open to sponsorship. Look, we need to replace that commercial. It says the book's in pre-order. It's not in pre-order anymore. As a matter of fact, I've sold hundreds of books. I just got an email from Amazon saying how much money I made, all the books I sold from that commercial. So if you want to be a sponsor on this show, be a sponsor on this show by reaching out to me. You can go to contactlarry.com, send me an email about how you want to be a sponsor on the show, and you could certainly be a sponsor on the show. Hey, so we got a couple of people that I want to say hi to. We got Jose, and it looks like we got John and Ken, and Omri is saying, let's start an entrepreneur union. I know, he took me seriously. That's pretty good. By the way, did you know that we have the interviews from Interview Tuesday on a website called Money Chat Now? So if you go to moneychatnow.com, you can find all the interviews. Also, we have the breakout stories on Spotify, and all you have to do is search Money Chat Now on Spotify or Larry Steinhouse. And please, by the way, please subscribe to the the Spotify channel. I really appreciate it. Right now, we have the Dow is down about 96. We have the S&P down 3, and the NASDAQ is down 37. Hey, we talked about mortgage applications dropping again because obviously we're heading into slower times in the housing market. It's going to happen. We talked about Biden being the cancer to America. We talked about unions and store closings because that's what's happening. Unions are causing stores to close, or I don't know, or stores are trying to avoid unions, whatever. Coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. And please share it. Share it right now. Come on, guys, if you haven't shared it, hit that share button right now. Please share it in groups as well. And have them like the Money Chat Now fan page so they can get notified of the show every morning. And you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And like I said, tag some of the comments. Hey, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market and for some great entertainment. All right, it looks like the rally might be losing a little bit of steam today. It's okay, though, especially if you missed out on some bargains over the past 2 weeks. We will probably see them retrace the chart patterns and open up some interesting opportunities. Look, I'm going to tell you to seriously watch Carnival Cruise Lines. If the stock goes into the low eights, it's a buy and a longer-term option play. The cruise line is not going out of business. It's not. It's just not going to go out of business. It may have some pain for a while, but it's not going to go out of business. In fact, if you want to have great returns, put some money in this stock and just forget about it for a few years. Put a whole bunch of money in it, I don't know, whatever, $10,000, $20,000, whatever you want to put in it or more, and just leave it alone. Don't even look at it. I expect this stock to be back in the 40s or 50s in a few years, but it may take a few years to get there. And look, it also, in my opinion right now, it's also maybe too late to pick up Apple and Meta into earnings for next week. So I think it's time to skip them for this earnings season if you don't, if you didn't go there yet. If you did, you're going to do really, really well. I do have a put on the S&P, and I'm hoping that thing pays off today. All right, let's see how the market is doing for our final look. Right now, the Dow is down 106, the S&P is down 4, and the Nasdaq is down 33. I need the Nasdaq to go down a lot. I'm sorry, the S&P to go down a lot more for me to make money on that put. But that's life. We'll see. I got other people actually saying that they want me to do the Entrepreneur Union. All right, I'll tell you what. You guys reach out to me on Facebook if we get enough interest. We'll put something together that might be really fun because I can think of a lot of benefits for it. All right, Bitcoin is hovering around 23,000. Ethereum is hovering around 1,500, and we'll soon find out if the hoodlers are right. I don't know. What's going on with gold and silver, man? They're terrible. Gold is now below 17, and silver is about 18. Yikes, that's horrible. So the Treasury bonds are hovering above the 3% range, and I'll just tell you, when they're above 3%, it usually means that it's going to affect the price of Nasdaq stocks like Apple. Oil is down below $95 a barrel, and the average gas price is below 4.5. Wow, aren't you guys excited? The average gas price is down below 4.5. I'll bet you that by the midterms it'll be down below 4 because Biden's going to say, look what I did. I lowered the gas prices. They're only 80% higher than they were before I started, not 100%. Hey, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you all for your continued support. And if you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. Of course, you can reach me by going to contactlarry.com, contactlarry.com. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And you can contact me directly, as I said, by going to contactlarry.com, and you can take a class tonight by going to investorschooling.com. Take a class tonight, learn something. Go to investorschooling.com, and you will learn a lot. All right, everybody out there, make it a profitable day.